adjust this a little bit. Hold on. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, okay. Clearly, we're starting off this live with some malfunction of the tripod. Okay. Whew. Well, yeah. Three, two, one, action. Hi to anyone watching the beginning of this live. Welcome back to another one of my YouTube live streams. As you can tell, we are not we are not in a normal place. We're actually in my closet. We're in my closet because this is where I went live yesterday on my TikTok, and a few times that I was able to go live on TikTok because, well, when I had the time, yeah. So yeah, so welcome back. Welcome to my closet. This is one of my shirts or hoodies. I don't know. I have a lot of hoodies. I have a lot of hoodies. Hi, how you doing today? Yeah, so I have a lot of hoodies, and this is one of them. This is one of the hoodies I have in my closet. Yeah. So for today, basically, well, in today's live stream, basically, we can just chat. Let's just chat. So, pretty good. Oh, that's nice. Okay, so as you guys probably can't tell, or you can tell, one of the things I did was I got a haircut. I got a haircut this week, and I'm not gonna lie, it looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. How are you? I'm doing okay. I'm a little sleepy. Hold on, sorry. Let me just adjust this. I'm just trying to adjust the live stream because right in the beginning of the live stream, my tripod basically decided to go flat. You got a hair, cute, looks good. Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, I got off work a few hours ago. I got off work a few hours ago. I got off work out at around like 11 o'clock today. Actually, no, I got out of work before 11 o'clock. Bliss. Hello there, trading. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. Hello. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome. Like done, bro. What? I don't know. Yeah, well, I got done with my work today around or before 11 o'clock, so yeah. What is the best side hustle you can recommend? Side hustle, have you ever worked seasonal jobs? Have you worked seasonal jobs before? Because I'm gonna be honest, working seasonal jobs is pretty cool. It's pretty cool. The most common seasonal job, and I think I've said this in like, I don't know, like a live or so ago, and I talked about how I used to work as a UPS driver's seasonal helper. And what that is basically, the job normally starts mid-November and ends in around the last week of December. So, yeah. And basically, all you have to do is just help a driver deliver packages. And honestly, it's like the best job I ever had. And I really wish I could have been able to continue working as a driver's helper because that job, no joke, was amazing. I went in at 5 and got off at 11:30. Oh, okay. Yeah, I went to work today around 5:30 and then or was it before 5:30? I think I got into work like at 5:23 or something if we're trying to be exact. And then I left and I got to clock out at work before 11. So, yeah. So the Super Gamer Boy, if you're looking for like a side hustle, well, if you work seasonal jobs, they do help because you get to deal with some seasonal jobs do allow you to deal with customers. So, it's able to help you build up customer service if you ever, want to work in customer service temporarily, or, your choice. Yeah, so I worked from 5:30 to almost 11 because it's the weekend. Yeah. Hi there. How you doing? Welcome to my live. But yeah, I will say, however, though, this week really challenged me. So, okay, first off, sorry, I have a Milky Way. I have a Milky Way. It's not my favorite, it's just a snack I bought. I love your hair. Thank you. I actually got a haircut Thursday. Yeah, I got a haircut Thursday. So, yep, goodbye to the I don't know why, but I do prefer my hair to be cut short. I do prefer to have my hair cut short, only because where I live at, since I live alongside the since I live along one of the states that is the East Coast, yeah, whenever it gets super hot, and my hair, it grows long, and it is thick, so it gets very uncomfortable during the summer times. Winter times, I would have to say that would be more comfortable, but summer times, no, I need to get that cut. Uh, do you believe in the Lord? I keep God in my heart, okay? I keep God in my heart, if that's what you're wondering. I keep God in my heart. Not saying I have anything against religion. I just grew up where religion kind of just like messed me up a little bit. Specifically, going to church, really, because I'm Lutheran, but I pretty much grew up around Baptist church, and well, that's from a whole nother live I ain't gonna talk about. Yeah. Milky Ways are low key. Well, yeah, they are pretty okay. Well, they are really good. They are really good, I will say. I haven't had a Milky Way in a while, though. Same, I have stick hair, so you understand. Yeah. Oh, look at that. Milky Way. Mm. It's very chewy. Sorry, I'm covering up my mouth because I don't want to eat um in front of the camera and have my mouth open, because that would just be disgusting. But how's your day going? I want to know, how's your day going? Sorry. How's your day going? Yeah, sorry, there's a lot of chaos going on. Hold on, I kid you not, though. I kid you not, though. One of my lives, actually, while I was on TikTok, someone knocked on my door. I went in, and it was fresh laundry, I think, or something like that, or I got mail. I don't know. But yeah, I opened up my door, and then all of a sudden, a cat flew in. Well, actually, one of my siblings' cats decided to run in, and then their cat just basically came up to my tripod and basically started nudging on it, and I was just like, "Hey, you want to be on camera?" So I lifted up the cat and showed its face on camera, and then I chucked it out. Not chucked it. That'd be horrible. That'd be horrible. No, I gently placed it outside my room. Hmm. Hmm. Sorry, I'm in. I'm in. Hold on. Yeah. Oh. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Milky Ways aren't that bad, but why do they make it so thick, though? Like, why do they make most candy bars so thick? I don't know why. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen, well, I've seen Friday the 13th, but I don't know why though. I normally love horror, but when I watched Friday the 13th, for some reason I just couldn't like get into it for some reason. And this is coming from someone who watched The Conjuring, the first one, the second one. I haven't seen the third one. I don't know if it's out yet. If it is, do not spoil it for me. But yeah. But yeah, I watched Friday the 13th literally one time, and honestly, it just, I don't know why, but it just didn't, I was just like, I don't know. I was one of those people that was like, when is this gonna be done? When is this gonna be over? No, I'm not trying to like hate on anybody, I'm not trying to hate on any Jason fans. It's just that I don't know. For some reason, I just couldn't get into the movie, even though I am a horror fanatic lover. Okay? I am a lover of all things horror. Um, I've been trying to also watch the recent Final Destination movie, but I haven't yet. So to anyone who know, so to anyone who's already seen the movie, please do not spoil the movie. Please do not spoil it for me because I haven't seen it. However, though, actually, while I was at work, though, this one time, I was with my coworker. I think it was like this week, on like Wednesday or something. I had me and my coworker. We were getting set up for the breakfast area, getting ready to serve food, and right before we opened, I went outside. I went out of the kitchen area or the serving area right before where we have food to serve to the guest. And when I was cleaning off the table, so that way, people have clean tables to eat off, a commercial came on the TV, which we have the TV in the lobby pretty much for like people to watch while they're eating or doing something, or just to like have some type of sound in there, because if it gets too quiet, then it just gets pretty annoying and almost like intense and like you're waiting for something. But yeah, but no. So, anyways, so as I was cleaning off the tables, a commercial for the for Final Destination movie came in, where basically it was a scene where yeah, so apparently there was a piece of glass in like a cup of ice, and someone was pouring like a drink in it, and then right beside there was a kid jumping on a trampoline, and apparently there was like a rake, like a very sharp rake underneath the trampoline. And then there was another part where a guy was showing off his lawnmower, which quite frankly I did not get, but okay. But anyway, so what happened was, yeah, when I saw that commercial, basically from what had happened, basically these people were playing Jenga, and then someone had tipped over the Jenga pieces, and then someone had knocked over the glass with I don't know, the sharp glass in it, and then after that, someone had I don't know, someone had knocked right into the lawnmower and like a screw flew loose. I don't know how that was possible, but apparently it flew loose, hit the trampoline, broke it. The trampoline screen like I don't know, I guess went apart. The kid went through. A rake went right through his foot, and then afterwards, the grandfather, I guess, he came to walk to help his grandchild, but then he didn't see the piece of glass and he stepped on it, and then he fell, tripped over, and then somehow that set off the lawnmower, and then the lawnmower came after the grandfather by literally being turned on, and then apparently leaned up, and then basically went right for the dude's head. Like, I don't know why. I actually told my coworker this, and I said, you know what? Why is it that in every Final Destination movie, it seems like there's like a full-on butterfly effect? Like, why is there a butterfly effect in like all of them? Like, that's actually a theory. Um, well, if you don't know what a butterfly effect is, it's basically where like one event connects to like another event, and like that event does something else. But I don't know. I don't know the full definition, but all I know is pretty much in like every Final Destination movie I've seen so far, Yeah, kind of like Until Dawn. Um, no, not Until Dawn. Dawn. Sorry, I didn't mean to say until, but yeah. But anyways, yeah. So basically, almost all, pretty much every Final Destination movie. Sorry, I can't speak. Final Destination movie seems to bring up like the butterfly effect. Like in that one scene, I forget which scene this came from in one of the previous Destination movies, but if you know what I'm talking about. So basically in that scene, there were these girls, they were in a gymnasium, I don't know. And they were apparently practicing gymnastics. And then I don't know, somehow there was a screw that came loose from the air vent. The screw went and landed face up on one of those beams you do gymnastics on, I guess. And apparently, one of the girls went and she didn't see it. She accidentally stepped on it. Then she slipped, and then powder basically like flew up right into the air, just as the girl who was doing one of those, I don't know, they're monkey bars you can like swing up and around and around and around on. Well, apparently that happened. She got caught. She spun and basically landed and broke her neck and basically died right there. So yeah, and then thinking about that, that to me is also like the butterfly effect. I don't know why. Hello there, welcome to my live. Yeah, so that just comes to a theory. The almost pretty much every Final Destination movie has something to do with the butterfly effect. So, I mean, if you think about it, isn't every Final Destination movie like showing off like what the butterfly effect is? Yeah, exactly. No one would even believe me. No one would. How was your day? My day, okay. So my day at work. Okay. So here's what happened to me while I was at work today. So today was kind of like a very chill day at work. Except I don't know. All of a sudden when like an hour before we had to close the serving area, I don't know. All of a sudden I just felt so tired. And normally I thought, is it because I've been up since 4:30? Is it because I've been up since 4:30? Yeah, I thought like that was the reason I was so tired from work today. And then when I explained this to one of the maintenance guys, or should I say maintenance guy, because we really just have one guy that does maintenance, I told him about it, and he said, you know what, maybe it's the weather that's making you like tired. And earlier this morning, it was very cloudy where I live at, so maybe I assumed it was because when I say I was tired, like I don't know, I just felt tired. Like my energy was just like, and then it wasn't until like I came back, I stopped at a restaurant, got some food. I just got takeout for lunch. Okay? I'm lazy. I'm lazy sometimes. I can't even be bothered to turn on the stove or the oven just to cook something for myself. So, pretty much twice a week I get takeout. Yeah. Um, but anyways, yeah. So, pretty much I was just tired and then I came home and yeah. What do you do for work? Where do you work at? I work at a hotel. I've already explained this like in multiple lives. Um, I work at a hotel. I've been working at the hotel I work at. I've been working there since February of 2024, so last year. And I've been working for over a year now. I work as a cook, a chef, and specifically I cook breakfast items like pancakes, um, biscuits, gravy, omelets, bacon, turkey sausages, turkey patties, pork sausages, pork patties, you name it. Anything breakfast related, I cook that. And Yeah, that's what I do. I've been working there for over a year, and recently I had my yearly evaluation, which I think I may have talked about this in like a previous live. I don't remember. But yeah, I basically went into work. Um, and right before I clocked out, one of my assistant managers came up to me and told me, uh, "Hey, I need to tell you something." And at first, I was thinking something bad because I don't know why. I'm one of those people that like um thinks the worst first, then thinks of something good. Like I'm one of those people that prefers you to tell me bad news first before you tell me good news, because if you tell me good news first, then my hopes will be high, and then if you tell me the bad news, then yeah. So you know what? Just give me the bad news. And when I was like, asking my coworker, you know, tell me the bad news. What's the bad news? And literally, she just went off on like all these good things about me, what I've been doing for the past year at the hotel where I work at, and I was just like, I'm waiting for the bad news. Like in my mind, I was saying that. I wasn't saying it out loud. In my mind, I was saying, okay, give me the bad news, give me the bad news, give me the bad news. And she just kept on listing all the good things, and I was just like, really? Like, is there another Dom that works here? Like, that was just my only thing. I was just asking, you're talking about me, right? And she said, yeah, why wouldn't I talk about you in a good way? And I said, because I don't know. I don't know. I feel like it's because that's how like I grew up basically. I grew up pretty much expecting bad news first, then good news. So, yeah. So there's that. But yeah, so pretty much everything was good. That went well, and my assistant manager even said I got a pay increase. So yeah, your boy got paid extra. Your boy got extra pay now from work, and yeah. But however, though, apparently she did list at least one thing, one thing, one thing I need to work on, and that is my mouth. And if you know me, I have the mouth of the South, basically. Basically, what that means is I will say things without thinking, and I'll say words that should not be reached in children's ears. Hi from Romania. Hi, Nico from Romania. Are you gonna have a kid? Uh, oh, sorry. Well, that's not happening right now or anytime soon right now. Um, am I having a kid? No. Um, I think I explained this in a live that I said that I would love to have kids one day, but as it stands right now, I don't have a kid right now or am planning to have a kid right now, only because of personal reasons. Um, yeah, and I even think I explained this to anyone who watched my live on TikTok. I explained how like I don't know if today if I ever do become a dad, a parent in the future, I would definitely want to be more like financially stable. I would definitely most likely want to be more like ready, and meaning like I want to be ready like physically, financially, mentally, and spiritually, because yeah, I don't know. I think it's just because like since I'm 24, like everyone is like expecting me to already have a kid at this age or like already be married. And I think it's mostly just because everyone else that I know and most of my old friends are like married or have kids or something like that, and I'm just like I'm 24 and I I'm 24 and I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to wing it, which isn't really a bad thing to say, but um yeah. I mean, it's a lot. I guess I'd say. I think it's just because like, how old are you? I'm 24. I'm 24. I'm 24. Yeah, I turned 24 this year. Um, but anyways, yeah. I think it's mainly just because like a lot of people who were my age started having kids, and yeah, I think that like I don't know. I think that like made me like I don't know why. Apparently people think you're a failure in life if you don't have kids in your 20s, which I'm thinking that's just a load. That's just a load because there are so many people out there who also start having kids when they're in their 30s. Heck, even some start having in their 40s. And truth be told, I wouldn't mind starting to have like a kid or so when I'm in my 30s, only because I feel like that would be the age like I feel like I'm ready to have a kid. I feel like I have everything. I might have everything together. I would just feel like, you know, all ready. And even if I don't end up having a partner, there are ways to even have a kid. Like, for example, you can do surrogacy, which, if you don't know what surrogacy is, it's basically where like someone um, helps you have a child, really, by offering them, you know, their services to help you reach your goal and to become a parent. But surrogacy can be expensive. Like some people say, like most places in surrogacy cost like $80,000, where other places can cost over 100 grand, over $100,000, which let's be real, that is a lot of money. And as someone who really I'm not saying I don't make a lot of money, but I definitely do make money that so far is only helping me slightly pay off my bills each month. Hello there. Yeah. So even if I didn't have a partner, you know, hopefully maybe I can like try surrogacy to have a kid because honestly though, that just feels like good to me. How old are you? I am 24. I am 24. Are you in a closet? Yes, I'm in a closet. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I just apologize to my guitar. Yeah, so currently I'm in my closet because I mean, I don't know why, but yesterday I was live on TikTok and I was also live in my closet. So, yeah, welcome to my closet. Here's one of my hoodies that you might know from my one of my um short videos. One of my short Oh, sorry, I nearly knocked over my my water. Yeah. Which FYI, I do have more short. Ugh. I do have more short videos coming. Why is your name Kills? Why is my last name Kills? Okay. So I think I've already I don't know if I fully explained this in like another live or so, but okay. First things first, my last name isn't actually Kills. My last name isn't actually Kills. Um, I came up with the name Kills because of an artist I used to listen to. Her her artist name was Natalie Kills. And if you don't know who Natalie Kills is, Natalie Kills was once this like popular or like somewhat popular pop diva, pop star from like the early 2010s, from like 2010 all the way to 2014. And basically, she had a song called Mirrors, and then Wonderland, and then Zombie, and Devils Don't Fly. Yeah. But anyways, so I came across her music back in I think late 2019, early 2020, when I was just starting off at community college. And at first I was like, how come no one's ever heard of this artist? She sounds pretty cool. And it wasn't until later that I did a little bit of a deep dive that I found out the reason why she was no longer like making music or under that name was because she was when she became a guest, or not a guest, a judge on The Voice. I think it was New Zealand. I think The Voice in New Zealand or something like that. Yeah, apparently her career pretty much ended because, well, someone scripted her to basically act like the female version of Simon Cowell, and she acted like that because when she was one of the judges, she basically critiqued one man's performance, like comparing that man's performance or that one contestant's performance to that of her husband's or ex-husband, or I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, that's pretty much what happened. Like that's when I found out that pretty much like she just fell off the earth. And it wasn't until later, like a year or two later, she is now under a pop band group called Cruel Youth. Yeah. So yeah. So anyway, so then when I saw the name Kills, I realized, what if I made this into like something I wanted? I really wish my last name was Kills, and I don't know why, but I assume last year, I believe, last year I had decided to change my last name, not legally, just on like my social medias. I decided to change my last name on all my social media platforms from my actual last name to the name Kills, just to like give me like an entire separate identity, only because when I was younger, I basically went through an identity crisis, meaning like I didn't know exactly what last name I was supposed to have, really, because yeah, let's just say my teenage years basically made me feel like I was going through an identity crisis, specifically when it came to my last name. Now, I do have my last name obviously still legally, but it wasn't the last name I always thought I had. Apparently, when I was born, I actually had my mother's maiden name, because no one could really figure out who the hell my father was. And when they did, they had to do a whole DNA testing, and well, let's just say that went down a very, very dark rabbit hole. And then years later, when my mother met my stepfather in like, well, well, let's just say my mother wanted me to change my last name, or whoever, my mother and my stepfather, someone, I don't know, someone wanted me to change my last name to my stepfather's, but then I was just like, no, because apparently, my stepfather wanted to adopt me, but I basically said no. Not out of like disrespect, but just because like I didn't feel comfortable changing that last name, and also hearing that I used to have my mother's maiden name as my last name kind of like pushed a lot. And so I didn't know. Obviously, I'm not going to say the last names on here for like many reasons, but I will say this though. I would honestly just stick with the last name that I have legally, but yeah, but apparently that was just too much for everyone to see. But yeah, so anyways, moving on. When I had changed the last name to Kills on all my social media platforms, basically I just felt like, well, first off, I wanted to see to make sure there weren't no any other Dom Kills out there. So I checked, did my research, and honestly, there wasn't even anybody with the name Dom Kills. But apparently, my last name was somehow common with this one YouTuber that I don't know how many subscribers they have, but yeah. So I decided to change it to Kills, honestly, so that way no one can actually see the same, I don't know, think we're the same person. But yeah, so I changed my last name on my social media platforms, but not legally, not legally. Legally I still have my actual last name. And yeah, if that answers your question, sorry that went down a crazy rabbit hole, but basically overall, I basically changed my last name on my social media platforms just because I wanted to find an identity that was mine, and yeah. what kind of content you put out. A little bit of this and a little bit of that. So I do mostly a lot of short videos. I also go live on here. Most of my short videos are like weird content that I get from Bob's Burgers because, well, I'm a Bob's Burgers fan. Guilty. Yeah, I'm a Bob's Burgers fan. So, yeah. But other times I also have a few videos that are like astrology because on my TikTok account, it's mostly just astrology videos, which I started doing in 2023. Yeah, but also I do like some fun little songs on here on my YouTube channel. Um, yeah, I mostly do them for fun, but I also do them as like some type of therapy for me just to help. So, yeah. And then recently I put out two videos. There are part one and part two of me trying macaroons for the first time. Although now thinking back, I think I may have just could have just made it like one long video, but I decided to I don't know, eat macaroons on two separate days, so I just figured, you know what? Screw it. I'm just gonna make like that video and that be it. So we'll make those two videos and that'll be it. Which, by the way, took me nearly like, I don't know why, but it took me nearly like 2 months just to edit. It took me 2 months to edit that video. Like, really? It took me 2 months. Whereas with all my other videos, it takes me like like maybe an hour or maybe just like one day. No, it took me 2 months just to get like those videos, specifically the macaroon videos, trying macaroons for the first time. And it's just like, it was just chaotic. Honestly, though, I don't know how YouTubers actually do it. I don't know how they're able to like still keep their minds intact or anything like that. I do know a few actually do have people that pay people to like edit their videos, but I don't have anybody paying to edit my videos. I edit, I cut audio, I do all that by myself, okay? I have nobody who does it for me. Okay, it is all just me, okay? Nobody else. And honestly, though, I think it's kind of good because I prefer to be in control of my own creativity. Yeah, and I don't want anyone else to edit it. Are you famous? Oh no, 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 no. I don't know. Not even like the top tier. I'm like basically like still a very, 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 very small content creator. And honestly though, I've been doing YouTube now for like since 2019, so like 6 years, almost 6 years now. Yeah, I put out my first video in like I think it was December, I think. December, I believe. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, so it's a lot. And it wasn't until recently I started posting more short videos, so and those surprisingly do well for me. Also, sorry for the lighting. My window is literally across the street. What time is it? It is, hold on, let me check the time. Oh wow, it is 3:44 where I'm at. So it's almost 4 o'clock. It's almost 4 o'clock in the afternoon. What time is it where you're at? Sorry, I'm gonna have a Milky Way. Hmm. Hmm. Is it weird just, me eating and, chill? Because it a little bit is to me. Yeah. Oh, 12:44. Wait, AM or PM? Mm-hmm. I'm just asking. Oh. Ah, okay. Sorry. So I do think I am gonna get off live here in just a few minutes, but okay. So here's basically what's gonna be going on. Oh, PM. Okay, that's the afternoon. That's the afternoon. Okay. Way to go, you. Yeah. So, anyways, I think I am gonna get off live here in just a few minutes. So because I want to get some sleep and also I gotta do everything. I gotta do other things, but yeah. So let's see. Basically, what's gonna be happening is next week. I do have a short video that's gonna be posted on Monday. So make sure you are subscribed and you turn on notifications for that. I will also be going live on Wednesday. Not Wednesday. Tuesday as normal. Wednesday is when I post another short video. So make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Let's see, what else? Yeah, that seems to be about it for next week. Okay, I got a short video that I'm gonna be posting Monday. Then I got another short video that I'm gonna be posted on Wednesday, and then I'm also gonna be going live again on Tuesday around this time. So, if you're bored and you want to chat, I'm always here if you want to go live. I'm always live if you on Tuesdays and Saturdays, and then I also should be live on that Saturday as well next week. So yeah, that seems be about it. Thank you all very much to everyone who has shown up to my live, and I will see you all next time on Tuesday. But before I go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on bell notifications so that way you can be notified when I go live again, or when I post a short video or just a random video, whether it's music related or not. But yeah, I hope to see you all again next time. And as always, take care and stay safe. And yep, see you all next time. Mwah. Oh yeah, and here's a little kiss. Mwah. Hmm. I know that's weird, but that's also what I do to anyone new, that's also what I do at the end of my live. So, mwah. Here you go, another little kiss. Mwah. I won't be live tomorrow, but I'll be live again on Tuesday, okay? And that's why I said make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon, okay? Mwah. Okay, that's it for today's live now. Take care, stay safe, and see you next time. Mwah. Bye.